of the things I really like about Airsoft is the ability to customize your gun and get your own personalized weapon system out of it. This is especially true with the M4 because of the number of parts that are available for it. You can get different battery boxes, different forends, different grips, different stocks, magazines, sights, and so on. The problem is a lot of these custom upgrades can start to add up pretty quickly. In fact, I was talking to a kid today that was interested in rewiring his gun so that he could get the battery out of the front handguard and into the stock so that he could put a quad rail on it. Once you consider the price of adding a quad rail, either putting a battery box on it or rewiring the gearbox and then installing a crane stock onto the gun, that can get pretty pricey, up into the hundreds of dollars for a lot of folks. And in those cases, it's probably cheaper to just buy a gun that's set up the way that you want it right out of the box. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is G&G's GR4 G26 model, which is pretty much their customized version of the gun that comes with a lot of features that you normally have to pay for right out of the box. The G26 is a fairly recent addition to G&G's line of pneumatic blowback guns. Now, G&G classifies this as a pneumatic blowback gun because although it works like a traditional AEG where it runs off of a rechargeable battery and it has a motor and a gearbox, rather than running the blowback mechanism directly off of the motor and the gears, it actually bleeds a little bit of air off of the main cylinder that runs a secondary piston that actually causes the entire blowback system to function. So you'll notice I've got the barrel plugged up because it needs some of that air pressure to go back in to drive the system, so when you shoot it, it actually causes the slide to operate inside of it, and it gives you a little bit of a simulation of what it's like to fire an actual weapon, having the bolt carrier system move back and forth. You'll also notice when you pull the cocking lever, it also operates it so that you can get into the hop-up unit, which is in the same place as any other AEG. This gun comes with a ton of custom features right out of the box. The first thing you're going to notice is that it has the flip-up sight system that actually utilizes part of the Picatinny rail so that when you flip it up it becomes the front sight, and when you flip it down it just becomes part of the rail and becomes basically invisible. The rear has a single aperture setting and is adjustable for both windage and elevation. Some of the other custom features you might notice on this gun include the skeletonized cocking lever on the top of the receiver. This also has the single point sling mount on the base of the buffer tube, and for you guys that like the little details, they actually give you a shaped lower trigger guard here that gives you a little more room if you're getting a gloved hand or if you just got larger fingers to get into the trigger. For the rear of the gun, it comes with a Magpul style adjustable telescoping stock that has 6 positions on it. You can adjust it simply by depressing the lever and moving it to whatever position that you want. It also has a storage compartment located in the bottom of it that gives you some room to put some extra batteries in, and considering the number of other features that are on this gun that run off of additional batteries, it might be a good idea to bring a few batteries with you. For ammunition, G&G gives you a high-capacity custom magazine that has this nice rubberized section with the finger grooves, which is a really great place to grab the gun from when you're shooting offhand. The flash hider is a fairly unique looking 3-prong design that has a nice custom look to it. Now, just like all of G&G's guns, this is both pinned as well as glued onto the barrel, so if you decide you want to remove this and put a suppressor or something else on the gun, it's usually best to consult somebody that knows something about removing these, because I don't think you're going to be able to do it too easily at home. This pin located on the top of the barrel not only functions as a release for removing the top of the handguard for getting to the battery compartment, but it also does double duty as a laser aiming module that's built into the front of the handguard. This is adjustable for both windage and elevation and can be rotated in order to turn the laser off. Hidden in the front of the handguard is a built-in light system that just simply flips out to give you a simple tactical light for dealing with dark locations or nighttime scenarios. And when you're done with it, it just simply flips back into the stock and shuts itself automatically. Now, both the flashlight as well as the laser function off of photo-style lithium batteries that are held inside of the front handguard. One nice feature that G&G gives you with all their pneumatic blowback guns is a way of relieving the tension on the spring when you're done shooting the gun. In order to do that, you just simply push forward on the forward assist, which basically unlocks the gearbox and allows the spring to be in an uncompressed state, so there's less wear and tear on both your spring, your gearbox, and your motor. We test fired the gun with .2 gram BBs and found it to have an average velocity of around 320 feet per second, which is pretty much right in the ballpark of what you're going to want for a CQB gun like this, considering you're probably going to be in one of those indoor ranges that limit your velocity to around 350 feet per second. So this is pretty much right on the money for what you're going to want for an indoor CQB gun. My only real complaint about the gun is that the instructions are not very forthcoming on how exactly you get into the battery compartment on this gun. To do that, you just simply slide the laser forward, releasing the pin, and at the same time you slide the handguard forward, releasing that, and then it just simply slides off the top of the gun. The front handguard to the gun houses not only the nunchuck style batteries, but it also has two other battery compartments in the upper and the lower stock that hold the batteries for the laser as well as the flashlight. The laser batteries are fairly easy to get into. They just have a little door that slides off. The lower batteries in the lower stock, you actually have to remove these two set screws on either side of the barrel, allowing you to pull this forward, releasing the lower stock, which drops down, and it has a little door that basically just slides open. Unfortunately, the directions don't give you a lot of specificity on how to do that. Best bet is to loosen these two Allen screws, slide this forward, lower the stock down, and then you can get to the little trap door, which is hidden underneath the barrel. One thing I think it's fair to warn people about is that on this laser module that also holds the front handguard onto it, just simply uses this little teeny piece of plastic in order to lock the handguard into place. So it's important that you make sure that you pull the laser all the way forward when you go to remove the front handguard, otherwise you can easily break this off of the gun. So I think when you consider all the custom features that come built into this gun, like the Magpul style stock, the flip-up sights, the laser, the flashlight, the custom magazine, and all the other accessories we talked about, if you go to add that to any other airsoft gun, it's going to add a lot to the price tag, but it comes all standard right out of the box on this gun. If you have any more questions, feel free to check out our website at replayairsoft.com. We have this listed there. You can order it direct and we'll have it shipped right to you. Or stop by the showroom and we'll be glad to let you try it out and you can see exactly what we're talking about. So until then, we'll see you the next time.